So if you own a business in Canada or you're self-employed in Canada, what is a payroll account and when do you need to open one? Well, a payroll account is an account that you open with the Canadian government, the CRA, and it's an account that you use to document the amount paid to employees. So then when do you actually need to open this payroll account? Obviously, when you're hiring employees would be the main reason you would need to open one. You know, it's one thing if you have independent contractors that are kind of coming and going and you just hire them as needed. But once you have, official legitimate employees, that's when you'll need to register for a payroll account. Or if your business is incorporated and you're setting yourself up as an employee where you're paying yourself like a regular salary or wage, then you'll need to set up a payroll account as well. So now in order to open this payroll account, you can just do that online on the Government of Canada website. And I will leave a link to that website in the video description below. And you can just use the BRO system, the business registration online. And in order to open this payroll account, you'll need a federal business number first. And now in most provinces, when you register your business, they'll automatically give you a federal business number. And then that federal business number can be used to open a GST account online through the BRO system and also a payroll account through the BRO system. And so you want to make sure that you have a CRA My Business account, and then you can manage GST and payroll through those accounts. However, you don't set up GST and payroll through your My Business account. You set that up through the BRO system and then it automatically links to your My Business account. So again, use your federal business number to register for a payroll account online using the BRO system, either when you have employees in your business or if you're setting yourself up as an employee through your corporation. And so with a payroll account, this is where you're going to document the amount of money you're paying to employees and documenting and remitting deductions, payroll deductions. So payroll deductions would be federal income tax, provincial income tax, CPP or Canada Pension Plan, and EI or employment insurance. So when you have employees or if you're hiring yourself as an employee, before paying the employees, you have to deduct those amounts from their paycheck and then remit those forward to the government. And you can do that through the payroll account, through your My Business account. And now in order to determine how much you actually withhold for those four main deductions, the CRA does have a payroll deductions calculator that you can use. And I will leave the link to that in the video description below. And the payroll account is very important to set up, and it's very important to make sure you are deducting those payroll deductions, collecting those from your employees and then remitting them on time. Because if you fail to set up this account and you fail to remit those deductions, there can be penalties where not only do you have to pay back the deductions that you didn't take, but there could be interest penalties and additional penalties for not remitting on time or remitting the appropriate amount. So you want to get in front of this and make sure you set it up properly from the start and don't run into issues where you're setting up really late or getting behind on payments. So the account in itself is pretty easy to set up. The website there is just going to prompt you for a bunch of questions about yourself and about the business. And then again, it will link to your CRA My Business account. If you find the process a little bit overwhelming or you're okay with setting it up, but you don't want to maintain your payroll account, you can, just find a bookkeeper or a payroll specialist to help you manage that. And I think it's really valuable to get payroll software instead of just doing it manually in like a spreadsheet or whatever. But it just depends on the nature of your business and your preferences. If you have 50 employees, you probably don't want to do this all manually on a spreadsheet. You might want to, get a bookkeeper or a payroll specialist to do this for you. And they'll probably use a software like WagePoint or QuickBooks or something like that. There are quite a few different options for payroll software. And if you're not sure if you have an employee or not, I made another video on that, distinguishing between an independent contractor and a payroll employee. And I will link that in the video description as well. And there also is a webpage on the CRA website that goes into more detail about distinguishing between an employee and an independent contractor. Because if you have an independent contractor, you do not need to set up a payroll account. You do not need to collect and remit those deductions, as I mentioned, federal and provincial income taxes, CPP or EI for independent contractors. You only have to do that for employees. And then with those employees at the end of the year, once the fiscal year is over, you will want to provide them with a T4 statement, which is just a summary for the year of the money that they earned and also the deductions. And also you want to file a copy of that on your payroll account. So hopefully this video was helpful. If so, please click like and feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I currently have over 265 videos that cover business management and business startup topics.